everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today's pick a card reading is regarding who are your spirit guides, archangels, ancestors, spirit animals that are looking out for you, whether it's throughout your life or just at this period of time, and any messages they have for you. So if you want to pick either a number 1 through 8 or based on one of the crystals from the photo. So we have Herkimer diamond is the first one. Chrysoprase is the second. 3 is the rose quartz. 4 is jade. 5 is the sunstone. 6 is Chrysocolla. 7 is the purple fluorite. And 8 is the blue apatite. So if you want to choose a number 1 through 8 or which crystal you're called to, if you're drawn to more than one pile, then I would look at both, just because there's probably messages in there for both, in both piles. And just take what resonates. It's a collective reading, so not everything might resonate within each pile that you choose. And if you do like this video, if it resonates, please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. So jumping into pile 1. So from the Energy Oracle cards, I pulled the 7 Archangel cards, and then the other one I pulled was the Goddess of the Moon card, which you got. So the Goddess of the Moon. So this could either be a divine feminine presence around you, guiding you, or this could be like the moon goddesses, like such as Diana. So if you also connect to the cycles of the moon, your intuition increasing, so you might want to follow the moon cycles, like when it's a new moon, when it's a full moon, especially a full moon, because there's one depicted here. But definitely you could be connected to the divine feminine energy, goddess energy, or if you're not, that's something you should be tapping into, because the goddess is looking after you. So we'll go right next to the goddess guidance card, since goddess energy was already coming in for you. We have Yamina. Okay, I might be not saying this right, but it's a golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So if you want to look her up, but if you see, like, she's in the sea, there's the dolphin behind her, so you could definitely be connected to, again, I'm getting like the feminine energy, because the water element is feminine in nature. So you could definitely connect with goddesses of the sea, not just her. Also, spirit animals that could live in the water, such as dolphins. But also this card is, I was hearing challenging you. So I think it's a situation where you're needing to take charge. You're needing to not let this opportunity pass you by. Okay, and then this isn't for everybody, but I heard get up off your ass. So I don't, again, it's not for everybody, but if that, you know, resonates with you, again, like, and it's interesting because I'm still hearing the word challenging. So there's a situation where you're needing to be challenged, or you are being challenged. So if you're feeling triggered by this, it's for a reason. And not to say that you're, you know, not up off your ass, but maybe there's in some aspect or regard or some opportunity where you haven't taken that chance. Okay, so from the Keepers of the Light, you have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. So again, more feminine goddess energy. But with the fire here, which is the fire element is masculine in nature. And I'm hearing you have work to do. So Bridget here with her fire wants to light a fire, guess where? Under your ass. So typically I'm not that, whatever wording comes to me is what I say. So just FYI. yeah, there's something maybe you're needing to do, but you're not wanting to do. I mean, it maybe something is where you're feeling a little fearful. So maybe you're reluctant or you're procrastinating. From the angels and ancestors, we have Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. So when I see this card, I always think of Archangel Raphael, and with his emerald green, and since he is the healer. So you could call upon Archangel Raphael if you need any healing, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And I mean, let's face it, all of us who are human could use healing in one way or another, right? Also, this regarding ancestors, is possible you could have someone in your family line that were healers, or people who were into medicine. So maybe even for you, if that could be a possible calling for you, if that's something that, you know, runs through your blood. And it doesn't even have to run through your blood, right? Because like your soul origins, it doesn't mean that, you know, just because you didn't have any healers, or that you knew of anyway, that were in your family line, doesn't mean that you aren't. And then also you have mountains, stand your ground. So one thing I did here was that I was getting a strong feminine energy, like maybe someone that has passed on. So like a strong female that was, whether you knew her or, I was getting more of the sense you probably knew her. For some of you, maybe you didn't, but in your family line, I was getting a strong woman. And even like, possibly like a strong woman, like even being a bigger woman, but like being like, with this mountain, like the standing your ground, like, you know, you couldn't, she wouldn't budge. And it doesn't have to be just a female, like you could, if you have a masculine, a man who was in your life, who was in your family, who was an ancestor, who you know was like tough. I was hearing tough as nails, who like definitely stood their ground. Okay, I'm getting another thing too. This isn't for everybody, so just take what resonates. I was getting a stubborn energy now. So maybe that being stubborn or being rigid is something you're needing to fight past to do what, like get to do your work. Because maybe some of you don't have people in your line who are healers, or who don't want to do the, or haven't done the things that you have, who don't have the same path and purpose. So maybe this is like unknown territory for you within your family line. But again, take what resonates. Okay, and then we have the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. So you first got the Grizzly Bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. So it's interesting because, again, the grizzly bear, with what I was saying just about the mountains, possibly like someone who's very strong and, you know, immovable in a sense. But then like with the power, it's also talking about on the other side of the coin about honoring your intuition, and love and gentleness are your real strength. So maybe you were more used to that kind of energy, that that force, or the, you know, people in your family were, or ancestors, and you're the one that's needing to be more in touch with the feminine, and maybe you are. And I mean, as a collective, that's just something that we're all facing, right? You know, we're in a masculine ruled world, and there needs to be a balance, and that's why we see the divine feminine presence rising. So whether you are needing to get in touch with more of your divine feminine side, and you're used to being in this masculine energy, or if it's just a matter of this is what is coming through ancestrally, and you're the one bridging the gap, or kind of the first one to succeed in, and it's interesting because at the bottom it says I will succeed. But I think, okay, so I don't think you have to, if that's true of your family line, I'm getting that you don't have to worry about that, because I think that it's like combining that power and force with your intuitive nature and your healing abilities and what you came here to do. So it's like the best of both worlds in a sense. So taking where you came from, you know, from your family, but then taking who like you are as a soul and what you came here to do, and combining that, those energies. And then, yeah, we have the Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So very interesting that it's like we're getting all these cards about strength, about courage, about success. And of the animals, you got, you know, lion and bear. So yeah, some of you just might not be in that energy of taking charge. You might be more in your feminine energy. Again, sometimes it could always be reversed, so, or flip-flop, so just take what resonates. But some are you needing to find this power and this strength and this force. And I'm hearing about you've been playing it small for too long, so that's maybe what this golden opportunity is. And maybe this golden opportunity isn't even something that seems like an opportunity, but it's, you have that opportunity to make for yourself is something too. And then also, I mean, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, but with this fire energy, we just had a new moon recently in Aries. We are in Aries season, so I'm definitely getting those, you know, with the fire here, that fire energy, which will help fuel your fire in a sense and get you moving and passion, like that passion, that drive, that motivation. And I'm hearing that you came here for clarity. So I think that you may have already come here, like maybe asking for guidance on this about moving forward with your path or what you're wanting to do. And this is just confirming that you should. Okay, and I'm just hearing yes. So, okay, so that is your reading, pile one. So if you liked this video, if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Okay, pile two, or who chose the Chrysoprase. Okay, so we're going to look at your energy oracle card. So I pulled all the archangels from the deck. So you got the Archangel Raphael, who's the healer. It also talks about the fourth chakra here, which is the heart. The heart chakra is green, and Archangel Raphael's color is green. So Archangel Raphael might be around you at this time. Maybe your heart is in need of some healing, you know, your heart chakra. And if you're like, oh no, I'm not feeling that way, you know, maybe you have a blockage possibly. There also could be other areas of your life that need healing. So, you know, which we're all humans, so we're going to need healing in some form, way, shape, or form, right? Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So you can call upon him to fill you with his emerald green light and to help heal and get to the source, get to the root of those blockages. And for some of you, it doesn't have to be for all, but some of you could be healers yourself. And that's why you resonate with him. But some of you, it's just like at this time, you're in need of him more so than others. Okay, your Goddess Guidance card, we have Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So if you're feeling scattered, you'll want to ground your energy to the earth. So I suggest if you want to look into that, if you're unfamiliar with what grounding is, I'm not gonna get in today just because I have a lot to go through. And if any of you are wanting me to do a video on grounding, let me know in the comments, and that's something I could always do. Diana also is a moon goddess, so connecting to the moon energy. So maybe you'll want to connect to the cycles of the moon, when it's a new moon, when it's a full moon, especially for your focused intention, because like, for example, for a new moon, you want to set your intentions for the next 28 days, as well as the next 6 months. So that might be something for you to look into if there's something that you're wishing to succeed with and you're wanting to take action, but you need to get clear on what it is you're truly wanting, what it is. And okay, so some of you might not know what it is you're truly wanting, and it's maybe because there is a blockage in your heart chakra that needs to be cleared for you to get there. And yeah, and I'm getting that some of you are too in your head about things. You don't have a balance. Okay, so from the Keepers of the Light, you have the Shekinah, the sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So this is the feminine aspect of God. Some say Sophia, the feminine. And you also have Katumi, cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So it's interesting because some of you, it's like you know the answer is right there of what you desire, but you're just kind of passing it by, or you're not really asking for what you're wanting. You could be playing it small, which is interesting because I heard that message for the first pile. And so if you were drawn to that one. Yeah, I'm getting with the sacred self, you need to just kind of let go. And I'm hearing let go of reality even. So some of you might be too, about like logic and reasoning. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm not telling you not to use your logic and reasoning. However, when it comes to certain things, it's like, that's only going to take you so far. You need to also rely on what feels right to, your heart, and your soul and your intuition. And so I'm also being drawn to how in this picture there's this snake that's in the circle that's like eating its tail. So that might be something you wish to look into. Oh, and then now I'm being drawn to so much imagery in here. Now like the Ankh, the Egyptian Ankh, the cross. And with Metatron's cube right here. So even, maybe calling upon Archangel Metatron even. Okay, I'm hearing silence your fear or your fears. So yeah, some of you know what you want. It's just maybe you're not recognizing it or wanting to recognize it. And I believe we do have the answers for ourselves. It's just we can't always access it, because to access our higher selves, our intuition, we do need to let go of that thinking mind. We do need to have that silence. We need to be away from distractions, because we do live in a busy world. And like with everything going on at this time, I mean, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching in current times, like April 2020, with everything that's going on right now, we're kind of being challenged to sit with things and reflect and not take action. So this is a good time for you to really get clear on what it is you're wanting and what steps to take when you're able to take them. Okay, so angels and ancestors. So you have guardian angel, you are not alone. So we all have, our angels, our spirit guides, but maybe for you, you haven't connected with them or haven't connected with them in a while. I'm getting for some of you might think that they don't hear you. They do. And I'm hearing you're being challenged to let go. And it's interesting because there's a feather here, and sometimes people, they say like messages from spirit could come in the form of a feather. Okay. All right, now this, sorry, sometimes I get songs, and because the message, you are not alone, I'm hearing that Michael Jackson song, You Are Not Alone. But that could be just because, that's what it says on the card. Okay. And then also you have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. So you have Mother Earth by your side. So do you do something that helps the environment? Are you, pagan, Wiccan, do you have a love and regard for and respect for Mother Earth? Because if you do, it's like she's going to help hand you abundance. Okay, for some of you, Okay, and that's funny because remember at the beginning I said you need to ground? You know, you need to ground to Mother Earth. Oh, sorry. So, okay, so now that I'm coughing right now too, it's possible some of you could have blockages in your throat chakra. So that's something for you to look into as well, in addition to the throat and the heart. And then also with grounding, because Mother Earth energy is very grounding, clearing, nurturing. So if you're feeling like you need to let go of certain energies like fear, anxiety, you could ground and connect to Mother Earth and let those go. Whenever I release to Mother Earth, I always say that whatever I release is transmuted into light, harming no one. And because part of the thing too is Mother Earth is overloaded, and that's why, you know, when we see different disasters, it's her way of clearing, you know, or when it rains, it's another, you know, method, you know, of clearing. So I always set the intention, whatever I'm releasing is transmuted so it's not harming anyone. Okay, and I'm getting that you're needing, for some of you, it's like, yeah, you're needing really to connect to your own feminine energy. Because again, I'm getting, yeah, like you might be too much in your head. For some of you, this could be about also ancestrally, like your mom, if she has passed on, or your mother's side, you have like strong ancestral women maybe who are supporting you and behind you, you know, maybe who are very loving and maternal and nurturing, who are, you know, trying to help you tap into this. But we all have free will, so spirit could only help so much. I mean, they can't really help at all if we're not asking and allowing that help. You know, we need to be open to receiving, and if we're not open to our feminine side, we can't receive, because the feminine side is receiving, and we all have a masculine and feminine side. And yeah, if you're in your masculine energy solely, you're not going to be open to receiving, you know, guidance, abundance, you know, this, that, and the other. Okay, so your spirit animals, so you actually had 3 that wanted to come out. So we have the Orca Whale, Adventure, Dare to do things differently, sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams, attempt the great journey with confidence, be loyal, friends and family are your treasures, be brave, you're more powerful than you know. So yeah, you might connect strongly with the sea, so just not orca whales, but other creatures in the ocean. And this might just be for one person, but I was hearing like ocean conservation. Okay. You also have Tiger. So fire, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. And you also have the Bison, Abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. So like I talked about abundance, you're able to receive this abundance, but you also have to be lean in your feminine energy to be open to receiving. And you need to clear any blockages that are keeping you from abundance. Because if we're in a state of fear, our root chakras are blocked, and then we're not able to receive abundance either. Yeah, and I'm getting with this Tiger, the fire energy, you might have a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, you're ready to go, you're wanting to set sail, you want to take this leap, but it's not, you know, maybe the right time. But things always kind of unfold in our favor, you know, divine timing, whether we recognize that or not. So this is a great time for you to really get clear and unblocked on what exactly you're wanting, what steps you're going to take. And even if that part you have down, you do have some blockages that you have to work through. So I would connect with your spirit guides and angels, your own personal angels. Also Archangel Raphael for any healing. Grounding with Mother Earth. Connecting to Diana and the moon and your intuition, as well as the feminine side of God, the Shekinah and Sophia and Katumi. And then again, your bison, tiger, and orca whale are your spirit animals. So if you liked this video, if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Okay, so if you chose pile 3 or the rose quartz, this is your reading. So from the energy oracle cards, you got Archangel Uriel, the 7th chakra, which is the crown. So you could call an Archangel Uriel if you're needing assistance. With the 7th chakra being the crown, that's your spirituality, your higher self, your consciousness. From your goddess guidance, you have Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. From the Keepers of the Light, you have, okay, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but Melchizedek. Higher learning, you have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. And Lady Portia, divine order, do what you feel is right, and an important lesson is unfolding. Okay, so you might be, my friends, in this feeling like you're on an uphill battle, like you're going through a lot of spiritual lessons. You've learned a lot in your time here, but also you still have more like that is coming. So you might feel like you're always, I feel like you might feel like you're always in an uphill battle because you feel it's like one thing after the next. But spiritually speaking, when you're on that path, it does sometimes seem that way because there's a lot you're trying to do. There's a lot you're learning. There's a lot you're teaching. There's a lot you're transmuting and healing and so on and so forth. And I know it can get exhausting. However, don't let this scare you or fool you that you aren't doing your work and doing your part. Yeah, I think for a lot of you who picked this pile, you're most likely very spiritual. Okay, from the angels and ancestors, we have seer, see beyond the current situation. We have stargazer, set your sights higher. And elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So in your ancestral line, it's possible you did have some seers or psychics, or, it could be one person in particular. Also with the stargazer, I'm getting, like with star family. So star seeds. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Very spiritual as well as being a star seed, possibly having someone psychic in your family line. And then yeah, elder. So definitely you have some ancestral karma, ancestral DNA that you're working through. And that's part of the challenges because it's not even like your own stuff. So you're needing to be able to connect to your own intuition and wisdom and to your higher self to know what it is you're trying to transmute, what you're trying to heal. Because again, like what you might be going through at the present moment isn't even it is your baggage, but it isn't, because it's stuff you took on within your family line. And they always say it will keep going until someone heals it within the family. Okay, so I did this for another reading recently, and someone told me they liked it. And I have this ancestral healing mist, so I'm going to spray it right now for you guys. Guys, girls. I say guys, but, it's not to offend, regardless of gender, or if you don't aren't gender abiding. Okay, so I sprayed that ancestral healing mist. So I'm sending out those healing vibes for you, because I know what that's like to clear those, yeah, that ancestral karma. Fun stuff. So now we're gonna get to your spirit animals. So you have elephant, greatness, love is your strength, leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. So what did I say about, like, you feel like you're going on an uphill battle? Like, and like this one says you could overcome any problem. And like with the elephant, like, the elephant is big and mighty, but the elephant doesn't normally use all its force. You know, elephants, you know, are pretty gentle, right? So you have all this power, but you don't extort it. Again, you know, I'm getting very, like, spiritual beings. Oops, I got spray all over my cards, but and you have the humpback whale, singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. So, again, like, you were on the spiritual path. If you're watching this and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, Heather, then either you chose the wrong pile or you need to awaken to this. But again, I feel like most people who are choosing this pile are very spiritual in nature, because you do have a purpose and you're clearing a lot of shit right now and transmuting a lot and healing a lot. And this is why you came here. I mean, to this reading for guidance. And yeah, some of you could be singers or could be musicians or do something with like sound vibrations or want to do something with that. I'm also being drawn to the moon here, because there's the moon back here, and then there's, you know, the crystal ball, which is in the shape of a moon. I'm hearing victory leads to success. So I mean, you might be like, duh, Heather, but I don't know, that was coming through, so. Okay, I'm hearing something about you're being cautioned at this time. So this could be about, like, you know, like you're feeling maybe that because you know that, like, your intuition is telling you something, but you haven't figured out what it is yet. But I'm getting that, well, one, it's going to be different for all of you. And two, I feel like this is something where you're needing to access your own intuition and higher selves. And right now is a great time. I mean, if, again, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this right now, when I'm going to release it in, you know, April 2020, you know, for those of you who are all in quarantine or, you know, dealing with social distancing and, you know, or at home, like, you know, good parts, like myself, as well as, you know, depending on, you know, where you are in the world. But this is maybe a time where things are coming up for you while you don't have distractions or as many distractions. And then also not paying attention to certain distractions, because it's good to know what's going on in the world, but we don't want to plug into that fear. You know, we want to, you know, try to keep our vibration high, right? And I don't necessarily think that you're succumbing to that, but, you know, we could take on energy from people around us, and it's easy to get sucked in. So just make sure you're plugging into your higher consciousness, your higher self, and you're keeping your vibration high to receive downloads as well as your intuitive information for what you're needing to personally heal and work on from your family line and for your path. And I don't know why I'm getting, but I'm like, go get them. And I'm like getting kind of like, you know, when like someone kind of like, you know, punches you lightly in the arm, like go get them, that kind of thing. So some of you could have had someone that had passed on that maybe had more of like that, like, you know, I'm getting more of like a male energy that would do that. So maybe you have someone that has passed on who's like that, who would say, you know, do something like that. Yeah, like your human family. Because I know I talked about, like, you know, your star family. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all the messages. So if this resonated, if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. So pile 4 are those who chose the Jade. So we have from the Energy Oracle cards, you got Archangel Chamuel. So we have the 3rd chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra, which is our personal power, our will, our confidence, our joy. From the Goddess Guidance, we have Aphrodite, Inner Goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. And then from Keepers of the Light, you have Kalima, Facing Fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And Angels and Ancestors, we have Father Sky, Trust in the Unknown. And Night, Be Brave and Honest. And then your animal messages, you have Pronghorn, Action. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. And the Goose, Inner Knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you're blessed. Let yourself fly. Okay, so here's what's going on here. So if you chose this pile, chances are you might be feeling a little fearful right now, or you're really doubting yourself, or you know, you're maybe really hard on yourself. You criticize yourself. So definitely like self-doubt, self-criticism, fear. And this is what, this is why you're needing help with your solar plexus chakra. Kalima with Facing Fear, she is the destroyer of fear. So she's a dark goddess and she deals with destruction and death, but it's, she's not to be, you know, feared. She's actually like, it's a beautiful thing that, you know, to destroy that fear, because fear and love are opposite vibrations. So if you're in a state of fear, you're not going to be able to be in a state of love, as well as you're not going to be able to do or manifest or attract the things you're wanting, because you're going to be in a fear-based vibration. So call upon Kalima to help you feel protected and to help, you know, transmute that fear into power. And I think, like, don't be so hard on yourself. Call on Aphrodite, not as for you to attract love, and not saying for those of you who are single, you know, that you can't call on her for that, but I'm really getting for Aphrodite here. This is about self-love. This is about you loving and honoring yourself. And so I'm getting really, for a lot of you, your solar plexus chakra is underactive or blocked. You know, again, yeah, you need to give that self-love to yourself. You need to not be so critical. So there's that balancing that needs to happen. And it's interesting because we have Brave here and Brave here. So again, going back to fear. Also with the Father Sky and the Night, you have like a masculine energy watching over you. So whether ancestrally you have someone who's, you know, like a family member who is a male who passed on that's looking out for you, as well as in your ancestral family line. Maybe you did have someone in your family line way back in the day who was a Night event. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be a Night. It could be someone who was very honest and brave and had a lot of integrity. And then obviously with Father Sky, this is, you know, when, you know, God, the male aspect of God, you know, source, spirit, you know, whichever name you want to call, you know, a higher power. I'm also getting your need to trust in yourself. So you needing to lean into your divine masculine energy to be able to take this action and charge. So it's like it's interesting because you have the inner knowing. So the knowing, the being receptive to your intuition, needing to connect to your divine feminine side. And then with this action, that's the masculine energy, needing to, you know, being the doer, taking action on what you're wanting, you know. And I always say, you know, we all have a masculine and feminine side. So they each, you know, roll different parts. So it's very interesting. You have a feminine card here and a masculine card here with what these say alone. And I'm getting taking time to breathe. So if you feel like you're under pressure, under stress, take deep breaths. And I'm also hearing connect to your heart center. So holding, you know, putting your hands on your heart. And you could call upon Aphrodite or any, you know, any goddess or deity that, you know, could help you get in touch with that self-love. So, I mean, Jade, you know, the crystal you chose is for the heart chakra. But also, if you were drawn to pile 3, I mean, the rose quartz is really good for self-love and unconditional love with the heart. So yeah, you might want to look at, and I don't know why I started talking about the heart chakra because you got the 3rd chakra here, but that was really coming through. But this one was the main, you know, theme. Yeah, and I'm hearing don't doubt yourself. Okay, and then I was seeing an image of like someone kind of dropping on their knees, like in desperation or sadness, or, and not to say that, you know, anyone's doing that. It could just be like the imagery. But with the solar plexus, like I said, that's all about your personal power, your will. So if you feel like this is where life has you right now, it's like get back on your feet and stand in your power. And that's not to say that things aren't difficult, that you can't feel what you feel, you know, if you're feeling a certain emotion, because we don't want to repress anything, but this is calling you to stand in your power. So yeah, I do suggest working with Kali Ma if you want to look into her more. You know, also for clearing, and if you're needing courage, if you're feeling fearful, you know, Archangel Michael, even though he didn't come up. But again, I feel like Archangel Chamuel. And then if you're wanting, I know one time I went to someone for healing and clearing, because even though I'm a healer as well, you know, there are times that, you know, like I will go myself, and Archangel Chamuel actually came up for me, and what she told me was that that he was around me, to ask him, you know, help regarding guidance, like which door should I go through, which one shouldn't I. So that might be something for you too, where you wish to connect with him. And I mean, everyone's experience with, you know, an archangel or, you know, a goddess or an ascended master is different. Like I've worked with Kali Ma as well as a protective energy when I needed it. But that was, you know, in a different situation. So you'll just have to really see if you feel, once you look into Archangel, you know, Chamuel, Kali Ma, Aphrodite, if you know, if you feel like, yes, this aligns with me and who I wish to work with, or, you know, like I said, you could always, you know, find a deity similar, or if you just want to choose, you know, to ask, you know, source, spirit, higher power, God, goddess, whoever you call upon, pray to. And yeah, I'm being drawn to saying it's okay and that you are enough. So there are really wounds regarding your solar plexus here. So those do need to be addressed because that's coming up strongly. So I do send you healing vibes, and know that it's okay for you to be in your power. So if this video resonated, if you liked it, got something out of it, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Okay, so now we have pile 5 with the Sunstone. So your energy oracle card is Archangel Ariel, the 2nd chakra. So this is the sacral chakra. It deals with our desires, our emotions, sexuality, creativity. Goddess guidance, you have Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Your keepers of the light, we have Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. Freya, phases and cycles. This is the beginning where, oh, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So far, obviously, a lot of divine feminine energy. Let's see. Angels and ancestors. Oh, She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. And Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. So yes, definitely a lot of feminine energy around you, or to call upon, to get in touch with. Spirit of the animals, oracle, we have Ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. And sorry, I know I said it sounded that weird when I said good luck, but no, it's actually about good luck. So maybe some of you feel like you need luck in a certain situation or right now, and you could be a little doubtful about things going your way. We also have the Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find your power, claim your leadership role, and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Okay. Okay, so for some of you watching this, whether you're male or female, I feel like you're more in your feminine energy, or, you know, you're, again, the roles could always reverse, right? You know, it could always be the opposite where you're needing to get in touch with your feminine energy. But I'm getting more so those of you watching are very much, some of you could be in an enabling role, or like, are people pleasers. And this isn't for everybody, but with the boundaries, it's like you might have this heart of gold, you're very loving, you're very compassionate, but at the same time, it's like you try to please others, but then like you're not pleasing yourself, because, you know, you might be saying, you know, with the saying, yes to no, or wait, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands in your energy and time. So if you're saying yes when you want to say no, or vice versa, you're not doing yourself any favors or justice. You know, you can't, you have to take care of yourself first and foremost, and love yourself first and foremost before you could do that for someone else. Okay, this isn't for everybody. Some of you might be going through a breakup, I'm getting, with this phases and cycles. But I think for the most part, this is a powerful thing for you. Or some of you might be needing to let someone go. Yeah. So it's like if you're with someone that isn't a good match for you, you know, they don't respect you, that, you know, you can't trust them, you know, or even if, you know, they're a good person and you get along well, but you just know that you don't align anymore, possibly. I mean, more so I'm getting that maybe the person, there could be, you know, some certain issues there, but some of you, it's just a matter of alignment. And maybe, you know, you are wearing this mask or facade of the person you used to be, and you maybe have awakened to, you know, yourself, or, you know, and you're playing this role that doesn't serve you. For some of you, you might have stepped out of that, but you're still with this person and it doesn't seem to make sense, but you're holding on to it because you feel maybe bad about letting the relationship go. So again, that's not for everybody, but that's one message I was getting. Yeah, with this she-wolf, yeah, some of you are really needing to like get back to your true nature, your true self. I'm also being drawn to look how we have the full moon here and the full moon here. And then also with animals, obviously, like with the, you know, raven and the wolf. Okay, I'm hearing about you opening up to your power, and this is where the cougar is coming through. You know, you have a wild woman in you or a wild man in you, or, you know, if you're gender non-conforming, whichever, you have a wild person in you. And you're needing to unleash this because you could be assertive. You could stand in your power. It's just maybe something you're not accustomed to. And this is where you have blockages in your sacral chakra because your needs, your desires, your emotions aren't being met. And I'm hearing for some of you been subservient for too long, and you played that role and maybe you didn't even realize you were playing it. Maybe, you know, it's something you're just hearing for the first time. Okay, I was getting a weird message about like stepping off a bridge. So maybe this is where the good luck is coming in, because remember how I talked about, like, I said good luck kind of weird, like, oh, good luck, like sarcastically, which I didn't mean, but it came out that way. And I always take however things come out is it came out for a reason. So I think for some of you, because of whatever ending has happened or is happening or is set to happen that you're maybe not wanting to address, you're feeling like you're just, you know, jumping off in a sense into the unknown. But whenever there's an ending, there's always a beginning. So don't fear the end, because this change is for your higher good. It's for your greater good. It's and it's funny because I'm like clapping along while I say that. Okay, ancestrally. So yeah, with this card, you could have, or both cards. So definitely you could have had ancestors who, you know, were in tribes, you know, Native American or African or Aborigines, or very like, you know, native, indigenous, you know, like I'm getting it raw, like, but like connected to themselves and everything around them, very attuned. So this might be something you're needing to awaken to. So if you know of these ancestors in your lineage, like connecting to them. Also with the moon, I mean, the moon is coming out a lot tonight. I've had this already, said this in a few, about connecting to the cycles of the moon, the new moon, the full moons. Again, like you got, you know, a lot of divine feminine energy. So being receptive to receiving intuition, your guidance. Yeah, and the medicine mother. So yeah, you could have had an ancestor who, or ancestors who were healers. I'm hearing refugees too is something that I just heard. Okay, so those are 2 cards. Okay, now I'm hearing wish upon a lucky star, and like, yeah, with the ladybug, like, you know, making a wish. But I don't feel like, it's not a situation, you're not condemned is what I'm hearing too. You're not needing to make a wish. You're needing to just stand in your power and be brave and be assertive, be lovingly assertive. Because with setting boundaries, that's not being mean. That's not being a bitch, or, you know what I mean? You know, or being, you know, like any kind of label. You know, it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're used to not telling people no, or you're used to being too nice or the nice person, you know, people aren't going to, it's uncomfortable for you to do, but then also for people around you, people who are maybe, you know, taking advantage of that or benefiting from that, even if they didn't mean to take advantage, aren't necessarily going to like it, because now you're in your power and they're not getting what they're wanting. I mean, of course, if they really care about you, they're going to honor and respect you. And if they don't, then bid them farewell. And I know that sounds pretty cutthroat, but I'm just keeping it real. And maybe that's where this cougar is coming in. I'm getting that energy. Yeah, it's safe for you to be powerful, so you just have to open up to that. But yeah, I would, if you want to call upon Archangel Ariel to help you with your sacral chakra, Ishtar to help set boundaries, Lady Nada to help maybe with heart chakra activations and downloads, as well as your higher heart. The higher heart's another chakra as well. And because again, I'm getting that you're already a loving, caring person, but when we're people pleasing, it's ultimately, or we're not taking care of ourselves first or giving ourselves that love. It's not to say that you're not loving, it's just like it's coming from like a place, a different place, if that makes sense. And yeah, Freya, like helping you, I'm hearing shift your perspective. And yeah, connecting to your cougar energy. Oh my God, now this, I was just thinking about like, you know, what they call women who are interested in younger men. So I don't know if that's true for someone that's watching, but, and then yeah, the ladybug. And I'm hearing, yeah, I wish you well, but you're not going to need that good luck. It's really up to you. You have the power within your hands. It's like, you know, Dorothy with her ruby slippers, like she was always able to go home. She always had the power all along. She just didn't recognize it. And that's what I'm getting for you. So I hope that helped. If you liked it, if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Okay, so for pile 6, or who chose the Chrysocolla. So we have, from the Energy Oracle cards, you got Archangel Metatron, the 6th chakra. So that is the 3rd eye chakra, which deals with our psychic sight, our intuition. Your goddess guidance, we have Coventina, purification. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. And then we have from the Keepers of the Light, we have Odin, psychic insight. Your 3rd eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So that's funny because, yeah, you got the 3rd eye chakra here, and then it's talking about Odin. Okay, so for some of you with this purification, you definitely need to cleanse and clear your 3rd eye chakra because it could be calcified and you're not able to connect to your intuition. Okay, so angels and ancestors. So first you got the Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So some of you could have had in your family lineage, at one point I did hear like even like Vikings, even though he doesn't necessarily look like a Viking, but you know, also like any, you know, tribe and tribal, like in tribes. Yeah, like off the grid, fended for themselves. Then we have Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. So yeah, you could have had ancestors who practiced magic, who are intuitive, who are psychic, who are healers, and this is why you're needing to get in touch with your 3rd eye, because you have that within yourself. And then also you got the stag, trust and thrive. So connecting to the animal kingdom, animal spirits. So also ancestors who revered animals as being divine beings and who recognized their divinity, and, you know, and the animals you got were actually the polar bear, the mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, stream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Oh, I love that. I love polar bears. Yeah, so it's funny because I didn't even realize this said this on this card. This deck is fairly new. Embrace your psychic abilities. So this is already the theme for your pile. Oh, and then you have another winter animal, snow leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Oh my God, you have 2 shaman cards. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So yeah, with the magic guardians too, yeah, you know, like the shamans, you know, you have that energy, that power. So I'm also getting carried from past lives, as well as it could be in your family line. With the fact that we have snow leopard and polar bear, I'm also getting like how it said here, solitary, you know, like with winter, that's always a time, you know, when you pay attention to the seasons. So you could maybe feel like you've been in like winter for a long time, like seasonally. So some of you might need to like come out of that. But I feel like maybe some of you might be going through a period of regeneration. And this is why this purification is important, because you are clearing and regenerating, but you also have to do more clearing, like shedding of your skin. Okay, I'm also getting like, this is weird, but I'll say it, like a minimalist attitude. Like, so this could be from inherited, you know, from ancestors, or, you know, maybe it's something you embody about like only taking what, like, even though he's a hunter and tracking down like certain things, like, you know, hunters and gatherers, you might be very like minimalist in nature. Like you, like, you feel like you have what you need, or you're only taking what you need. This, again, with the purification, it makes sense. You might be really letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore. Again, this could be like something that you've, the minimalist approach could have been something you embodied or carried over from family or ancestors, but I'm also getting now the other message that you're really like letting go of things that don't serve you. So that could even be physical things where you're like, you know, just kind of getting rid of things left and right because you're trying to purify, you're trying to cleanse, you're trying to clear. You're like, I don't need this, that, or the other anymore. So you could be going to a minimalist approach. Some of you could be like, I mean, I know granted with our times right now, going into April 2020, with the hiding away thing, but I feel like this could have been even before that. In a sense, maybe you hid yourself away in ways because you were already going through this. Some of you, it could have been this dark night of the soul. For some of you, it's like you're using this time wisely, or will be using this time wisely, because it's like, you know, you have like that inner work to do. That detoxification, the clearing, the purifying, and really getting connected. I'm hearing grounded, but also being connected to your intuition and your higher guidance. And it's interesting because now I'm hearing, like, not hearing, I'm seeing this vision of like this light going off like in a person's head, but shooting out through the crown. Okay, so that is your message, pile 6. So if you liked it, if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Okay, so pile 7, or those who chose the purple fluorite. So we have, from the Energy Oracle cards, you got Archangel Michael, the first chakra, which is the root. Okay, so if you're feeling fearful at this time, call on Archangel Michael to help, you know, bring you that strength, that courage, help you feel protected. Also, you need to probably ground to Mother Earth. So that's something you'll want to look into. There was another pile that I told this to for. I don't remember which one it was. But if any of you don't know how to ground and you want me to do a video on like that, just let me know in the comments. I'm not going to get into it now just because there's a lot of piles that I'm trying to go through. But definitely, like, if you are in a fear-based vibration at all, that's, you know, fear and love are opposite vibrations. So, and if you're in fear, you know, it's like, one, that's not good for your health anyways, but two, you know, you're not going to be able to come from a place, that vibration of love, that high vibration of love, as well as being able to attract what you need and what you want. Because the root chakra is like about our basic needs being met, you know, our safety, our security, our stability. So if you're in fear, you're not going to be able to attract abundance. Okay, but good news, Goddess guidance, you have Lakshmi. Bright future, stop worrying, everything's gonna be fine. Okay, now I'm hearing Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. So you might want to listen to that song to help you. Or, you know, tap into, you know, the loving energy of Bob Marley. But Lakshmi, you know, she is telling you to stop worrying, everything's gonna be fine. She's gonna help bring you abundance, you know, if you call upon her. So yeah, so far Archangel Michael, Lakshmi, even right here, like, you know, I'm very like sold, like you should, if you already connecting to this about worrying and stress and fear and worrying about your basic needs being met, finances, you're wanting to attract abundance, but you're feeling like you're hitting a wall or things aren't working out, or you're worried about what's going to come. These are your people right now. Your spiritual, your spirits, sorry. Okay, we have Keepers of the Light. You have Lady Venus. Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Okay, so also, like, for a lot of you, you are spiritual. You also probably connect to, you probably have lived lives in other, you know, planets, star systems where you connect to being a starseed. You know, you might not be fresh from over, you know, meaning that this wasn't your first human incarnation on Earth, but you could have had other lives where, and I'm hearing about you're not recognizing your infinite abilities. So allow Lady Venus to help you channel, download, take these ascension energies that are coming through. Okay, yeah, definitely I'm getting about grounding, because I was seeing like an image of like the ground shaking, and again, you're not feeling stable. So ground that energy. So ground it, and then also be able to connect to your higher selves. So it's a balance of being able to ground here to Mother Earth, but also connect to Source and Spirit and be able to access these downloads. Yeah, because some of you might be too, this energy might be too intense. So you're not like shielding your energy, you're not protecting your energy, you're not grounding. And then you're like, oh my God, why do I feel all this? You know, some of you could even feel dizzy is what I'm getting. Like the room is spinning. I mean, that's not for everybody, but you know, you might be feeling different sensations that are really because they're ascension symptoms, which is something you might want to look into, and you're needing to ground. Because for a long time, like, I was like, oh, I don't need to ground. I was like, you know, back in the day, and not realizing that, like, you need to, you know, it's like, you know, I had taken classes for like energy healing and stuff, or like different types of, you know, energy classes or meditation, and, you know, you're leaving and then you're like, needing to drive your car, and you know, you can't really do that when you're in that state. I mean, you can, but it's not recommended. So I hope most of you are feeling me what I'm saying. But so yeah, I think most of you are spiritual by nature, or like, even if you don't recognize this or not, but it's like you're needing to ground and center yourself. You're needing to let go of the fear, call upon Archangel Michael, also to protect your energy as well. Yes, I'm pointing at you. And connect to Lakshmi for abundance. Okay, so we have angels and ancestors. So first you got the snake, shed old skin. Then you got the hermit, retreat and recharge. And the great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So I kind of always see this as like the Jesus card. I mean, Jesus is just one of many ascended masters. I mean, in the Keepers of the Light deck, where you got Lady Venus, and there is a Jesus card. He didn't come through there, but it might be because he came through here. So some of you might be, you know, connect to him. And if you don't, it might just be like about, okay, I'm getting Christ consciousness too. And yeah, the downloads again. And if I see any terms you're not familiar with, feel free to like look into them. Okay, this just came through. You could have had someone who was like in your family who was like a hippie. Yeah, who was just very like peace loving and was very like, you know, yeah, just very high vibrational in the sense that they like saw the deeper truth in things. They're, you know, wise and loving. They didn't push their beliefs onto anyone. Okay, with the snake, I was seeing like an image of someone holding a snake. So it, you could have some kind of ancestors with, you know, cultures who worked with snakes or who saw power in snakes. And I was hearing something about their venom. So that's something you might want to look into. But I'm getting this is more really about transformation. Yeah, like you're undergoing a transformation and like ascension. And I'm getting ascension pains. So some of you, maybe you're new to this. Some of you, maybe you're not. And you're like, oh my God, yeah, I know. But, and then, yeah, the hermit, you could have had ancestors who, you know, did retreat. And like, okay, I'm also hearing, now I'm hearing like something about like, a black sheep of the family, or so someone who maybe passed on, but they like had a lot of wisdom, whether you realized it or not. For some of you, like this hermit, I mean, there's different, you know, types of scenarios why someone would have been a hermit. You know, like if you had, you know, someone in your family line who was like, you know, a nun or a monk, or I mean, you know, because there is possible like the theme of religion, but I wasn't getting like someone who was like a preacher telling you like you got to do this, that, or the other, you know, kind of thing. But and it's also, yeah, calling for you to reflect and take this time to retreat and recharge and rejuvenate. Okay, and also I want to be guided to tell you, so when we're always go, 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 you know, we need a rest, we need a balance, right? And then also, if we're always doing and we're always action-oriented, we're in our masculine energy. So we always need a balance, because we all have a masculine and feminine side. So regardless of our gender, or, you know, it's like, or, you know, our soul, you know, what we identify as a, you know, it's important that we have a balance between the two. And if you're watching at this current time, I mean, this video is timeless, but we're going into April 2020 here, and right now with everything going on in the world, it's, you know, calling us to take this time to just stay in and reflect. And, you know, we have, you know, some people are like, oh, I have all this time in my hands, but this is a perfect time to be healing and reflecting and relaxing and resting and recharging and, you know, especially like here in America, I mean, for those of you who are watching, you know, I mean, we're very, you know, much in that like work, 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 go, go, go mentality. So it's like needing that rest, needing that time out, needing to just sit still. Okay, so the animals. So first you got fox, clever, you are swift and smart, solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts, resources surround you, be open to romance. Okay, so it's saying you're resourceful, you're clever, you know, I'm getting even you're sly, and I'm not getting in a bad way. So it's like, if you're worried about like making ends meet or money or finances, you just need to get out of your head. You need to let go of the fear, because you could find ways. I'm hearing where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, also it's interesting because the last line says be open to romance, and I was being drawn to how there's the two foxes snuggling up here. And then you have the deer, which is love, and you see two deers. So some of you, it's like you're not only worried about, you know, maybe financial or like making ends meet, but then also there is a theme of love, a secondary theme of love popping up here for some of you. So some of you might be feeling like, you know, oh, how am I going to be in a relationship now? You know, if you're single. But with the deer, it says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And I'm hearing the right partner will come in the right time. And I know, like, that's, you know, you're going to be like, okay, well, thanks, Heather. But, you know, no, really. I mean, it's like, there is a thing called divine timing. You know, things don't happen when we want them to. They happen when they're supposed to happen, you know, and it's granted we do have free will. So if you're blocking yourself, then yeah, things aren't going to happen to their divine timing. But if you're open to receiving and you're in the flow of life, things will occur in their right timing. You know, we don't always see how things are working in our favor. Oh, and then look what you have for your last card, Hummingbird, miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars and your shining wings spread the miracle of happiness. Okay, and I looked at this and there's 3 hummingbirds, so I heard 3's a crowd. So that might just be for one person. So some of you might have issues in love regarding, like, you know, maybe you were dating someone, but maybe you're worried if they're dating someone, you know, that kind of whole thing. I would suggest, you know, looking at like maybe a separate love reading if this is, you know, you, because I don't want to get too much in this message because it's not for everybody. That was just one message I heard for somebody out there. The main thing I want to highlight is the miracles and getting back to about you being loved, because even if you don't feel like you are loved, or, you know, like you are love, you know, because love, it's just not a feeling, it's the vibration, you know, I mean, one love, wait, okay, yeah, I told for your pile the 3 little birds, Bob Marley, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Now I'm getting One Love by Bob Marley. So you just need to listen to some Bob Marley. But, and, well, you know, that's not the only thing, but you know, I do think you could benefit. Yeah, definitely with the hummingbird, with the miracles. Yeah, just radiating, you know, being, you filling your own cup with love. And as you love yourself, as you nurture yourself, you know, you're going to be able to attract someone. So don't really focus so externally. And again, I know that's easier said than done, but, you know, when it really comes to like love and relationships, if you're looking for someone outside of yourself because you're not feeling enough, yeah, you could find someone, but it's not going to be a healthy, lasting relationship. I mean, yeah, it could possibly last, but is it going to be healthy? Is it going to be someone that's really the right person for you? No. So anyways, getting back to the main theme is ultimately call on Archangel Michael to help clear fear, you know, for when you're feeling needing of courage and strength, protecting your energy, helping, yeah, clearing your energy, connecting, grounding to Mother Earth, and clearing the blockages for your root chakra, being able to connect to abundance and Lakshmi, and knowing that you don't need to worry, that you are resourceful like the fox, and that when there's a will, there's a way. Especially grounding 2 times because you're going through some downloads and ascension symptoms that could be draining, and that you are in a process of transformation, and to take on the wisdom from I was hearing hippie ancestors, and not to say they're all hippies, but you know, the you know, loving, peaceful people who were able to live off the grid, maybe embodying, you know, like that energy at this time where, you know, most people are right now forced to be at home, you know, again, for the greater good. But, you know, if you're feeling anxious about that, you know, tapping into, okay, I do need to be the hermit right now, but it's not a bad thing. Being a hermit isn't a bad thing sometimes, you know, being able to retreat and recharge. And I'm hearing taking the lessons as they come. So if you're worried also about that, you know, just worry about putting one foot in front of the other, being more present. Yes, and I was getting like feeding yourself love, like just giving yourself love. And I told this to another pile, put your hands on your heart and send love to yourself. And if you're like, I don't know how to do that or what you're talking about, Heather, if you want to do it with a crystal, for example, rose quartz is really good for self-love, unconditional love. And yeah, that is your message, pile 7. So if this resonated, if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, and thank you for watching. Okay, so now we have pile 8, who chose 8 or the blue Apatite. So from the energy oracle cards, we have Archangel Gabriel and the 5th chakra. So Archangel Gabriel is like, I mean, well, angel means messenger, but he really is like the messenger. So he does help those who need to, you know, who are speakers or writers or authors. And the 5th chakra is our throat chakra. So that's our truth, our creative expression. So for some of you, it's just a matter of needing to speak your truth and communicate your truth. And for some of you, it's also that, you know, you could be in a field where you're needing to communicate and, you know, like that creative expression. So whichever medium that you choose to communicate in, you know, whether that's, you know, singing, painting, writing, or whichever. Okay, Goddess Guidance, you have Artemis, Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So some of you might not feel safe speaking your truth. So this is why you're also getting Artemis, to know that you're protected, you're safe. From Keepers of the Light, you have Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Okay, this isn't for everybody, but I heard somebody stopped trusting in themselves, even maybe a long time ago. So this is where the rise up is coming from. So some of you might be actually guarded because you stopped trusting yourself. Okay, so from the angels and ancestors, you have Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. And it's interesting, this is blue and the throat chakra is blue. So again, more blue energy. So you need some blue healing energy to your throat chakra. You also have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. So the broken arrow is actually positive because there's, with the broken arrow, there's no, you know, weapon that's going to harm you. It's, you know, about peace. Yeah, so your ancestors could have been peace-loving people. It's funny because in the last group, I got like a message of someone's ancestors being hippies or something. And again, that's not for everybody, but for some of you. And it doesn't mean that, you know, just because they're peaceful, they're hippies, but, you know, it's just that came up in the last reading. So, and it's funny because, again, I was talking about peaceful. It could just be like their peaceful, warm nature. You could have had someone that had passed on that, you know, was very in touch with their emotions, was very communicative to you, always told you that they loved you and they were very like loving and nurturing. So they're still supporting and guiding you from the other side. Okay. And then also we have Lord, take charge with authority. So there could be a masculine energy from your ancestral line where they stood with integrity, or maybe some authority figure, or I was getting even a lawmaker. But then it was weird because at one point, sometimes when I shuffle for each pile, I try to not look at the cards, but once in a while, like they'll flip out when I see them. And I remember seeing this and I heard lawbreaker. So it's possible for some of you, it could have been a lawmaker, but for some of you, maybe you had a lawbreaker, and maybe now here in this life, you're having to maybe deal with that ancestral karma, where you're having to be in your, take charge with authority, like be in your integrity. So that's not for everybody, but that was just something that came through possibly. And not just say, you know, it's like, and I'm getting this, and I don't know if it's because it's someone actually thinking this when I'm saying this, or this is an ancestor, you know, bringing this to my attention, but about like not all, you know, like some rules are made to be broken, or not every law is like, you know, fair or just. And yeah, of course, I mean, you know, there is an argument to be made there. So there could be something like that where you could have even there could be someone in your family line who's like a rebel or had that rebel energy, or maybe, you know, you could even resonate with that in a sense. Okay, for your spirit animals, you have Ram, perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you could reach your mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. So with the Ram, you know, also the sign of Aries, you know, doesn't mean that you have Aries in your chart, or, you know, but it's possible. So I, you know, want to mention it. Yeah, with the perseverance and, okay, because Artemis, you know, with her bow and arrow, she's a huntress. So it's like if you're worrying about making your mark, it's like you could do this, but it's like needing to be able to maybe convey it or communicate it. And that's where Archangel Gabriel could help. And then you have butterfly rebirth. You could reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So look, it's talking about sharing yourself to the world. And then you know, but you have this possible blockage with your throat chakra. And then you have rebirth and transcendence. So there's this powerful energy at work, but it's like you have to also allow it to occur. So yeah, I also like with the butterfly, just think of the process that it takes for the butterfly to become the butterfly. You know, it's like, we don't see the beauty of the butterfly till the butterfly becomes the butterfly, right? You know, so that might be something where you're feeling like you're in that, is it stasis? Before you are the butterfly? Okay, I'm hearing someone said get up, which is funny because there was another pile that I heard like get up off your ass, but you guys didn't get that. You just got get up. Okay, this is funny too. Okay, if you felt drawn to pile 7, you might want to watch that, because now I'm hearing a Bob Marley song, and I got a few Bob Marley songs for the last reading. You know, get up, stand up. So yeah, some of you really have something to say, or say to the people, say to the public. Announce to the world, you know, something that you're gonna do, you know, like part of your purpose, your divine path. But some of you, yeah, I'm getting like you're guarded. But you don't, so if you're fearful about that, you know, needing to clear that fear and that energy. But yeah, unblocking the throat chakra. So yeah, connect with Archangel Gabriel. And yeah, with Artemis and Lord Shiva, you could connect with them as well, but I'm getting more so it's maybe about the card messages than the actual deities. But if they connect with you, you know, if you feel aligned to them, you know, go ahead, you know, like work with them, you know, look more into them. Same with the animal spirits. I'm getting just really like highlighted, like Archangel Gabriel is like who you really need to connect with, and like unblocking that throat chakra. Okay, well, that is your message. So if you liked this, if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And thank you all for watching. Oh, bye guys.